What's up guys, and today we'll be showing you a dinosaur ecosystem in Isla Nublar. This is where they'll be living. A nice beautiful paradise, I hope, that will surely but steadily grow. But not all the time will it be safe. As we get on with our ecosystem, we have to get ready for our first animal, the Aortheomimus. Famous for being super fast and reaching top speeds of 43 miles per hour, about 60 odd kilometers an hour. As we set it free, it's going to go around, normally tending to the crops or the leafy climbers. And as they run around, we're probably going to lose them already, as they're super fast. To add to the mix, we're going to add the Parasaurolophus. That's the only animal that scientists actually know the sound of. The sound is not what you'd expect. But as we set them free, sorry for my stuttering, we got to let them free and they will go around, going to tending to the nature and going up at top speeds of about 20 to 30 kilometers an hour. But they are very big for that speed. So let's hope they live up to their name. Also, even if you don't consider it, please leave a like or a subscribe, as this video was the hardest video I've ever tried to make, as I had to make this, learn a lot of things off of Google, and I had to search up all their speed, kilometers and all that. But if I get anything wrong, type it in the comments and say how dumb I am. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Alright, no more fun and games. Let's introduce a carnivore, a small one though. Meet the Coelophysis. Its cousins are the Velociraptor and all the others like Deinonychus and Utahraptor. But this is like one of the smallest ones that you can get. But even though it's small, it's still feisty and has a little bit of a bite force. Yeah, and it's actually nicknamed Bird Stealer, as it only hunted birds really. But let's see if it can hunt anything larger. Alright, I think it's time for another herbivore. Let's meet the Dracorex. It's actually named after Slytherin inside of Harry Potter. I know, right? Crazy. Imagine being named after Harry Potter. What's next? Is there going to be a Potinosaurus one day? Right, let's just see how they fight or how they communicate. The dinosaurs settle in nicely. I think we should add one more herbivore and then carry on with the carnivores. Let's get the Triceratops. Having a rivalry 66 million years ago with the T-Rex. It's famous for that, as photos and fossil images showed that these two species cross paths all the time. Now as we head to the desert area, we are going to add another carnivore that looks like the Coelophysis, the Troodon. They hunt in massive packs, but do not underestimate them. They have taken down creatures about 10 times their size. Right now, we have our first fight, the Dracorex. They're fighting for their alpha role. If one of them loses, they can either stay in the pack or get exiled. They bash each other's heads together. Hopefully they don't get concussions, because, well, they're not really that, curable. To add on to that, these two Triceratops are fighting for the alpha role, but they're most likely to exile them from the pack, as they are way more aggressive, as you see. They link horns, and then either the weaker one gets flung, and the stronger one stays upright. But these fights normally help them get a bond and get them a higher role. But sometimes they do get fractures, or even broken bones. Watch as the Coelophysis feed on the feeding trough. This is probably the biggest amount of meat they've had in their whole life, as I don't think birds cut it out for them. As they all pack up and get ready to feast, they all get there. But they all have to have a fair share because they normally just fight if one of them has more than the other. But I think we should add something more larger, a bigger carnivore. Meet the Ceratosaurus, as they have a red, paley skin and a horn on their nose. These creatures used to live in ancient North America. They used to blend in with the trees, but will they survive here with the Troodons and all the other dangers? While I'm incubating a new dinosaur, for some reason a hurricane starts. That is very bad for the dinosaurs, causing major fractures, or sometimes it could be deadly to even smaller creatures. But these unlucky Troodons have unfortunately got a fracture somewhere. Don't know where, it just says a fracture. But luckily a major one, so it can heal without anything. But it still might make them a bit slower, but they'll still have the hunting abilities to survive. As the storm passes, the Troodons start to tend to their wounds or their fractures. They go to migrate to the water source so that they're not too far from feeding troughs or water. We also go to check on our Ceratosaurus, as they also matter in this ecosystem, although they are very dangerous. They feed on as they wouldn't be able to, as they had to find shelter in that hurricane. Luckily, these creatures are massive, so they won't really get that much injuries from it. If you enjoyed this video, watch the next one, as we're making a series of this. Next video, we'll add something even more exciting and more thrilling to watch. And I'll see you in the next video.